evening, everyone.
Welcome. Welcome to the traditional territory of the Sheehy-Culhane people.
We're here today to start the process of reconciliation from the non-Indigenous community to the Indigenous community.
Thank you, Phil. My name is Cindy Palin. My ancestral name is Chene. I'm from Pla'amen, and I'm really happy to welcome everyone here for this HEHEWSHIN canoe project. And it's been a long journey to get to this point, and I really appreciate all of you sharing in this day. To begin the process, we'd like to call on our elder, Johnny Louis, to come up and share a prayer and blessings.
I raise my hands to all the people that are here. I just want to say a short prayer, and I just ask you to respect the prayer that I'm going to say. I'm going to say a short prayer in my language. I come from a time where I went to residential school, and part of this thing is about reconciliation. Where in the schools I was told not to use my language. So at the same time, I have to respect other people. So I ask you to pray in your own way, and you just respect the prayer that I'm going to be saying. Checha that shat chetek is all the tunes so Gaith has hana tunes some sloss of quagan. Exit agents some sninigy. Gaith is quorum tunes. Uktamki is an agent. Quorum chute. Yachat is some churchy, some slachlachai. Because so high of them, I think some gaith. Holds jagged terms, though, extrams.
For years, I and Johnny Louis have been doing reconciliation gatherings in Pla'amen and inviting the general public to come share with us and learn about the process of our work that we do and the experiences that we've had with our families and the challenges that we've faced. So with that, you know, we were participating in every gathering that we can to learn about our history and to understand the legacy of our families, our ancestors, and to help support the upcoming generation. Those are the people we're working for, and we're working to serve them in the best interest, to help our people heal from the experiences. And through time, we met Phil Russell, who came into the community, and he's been there to help many families from, you know, all our elders who have passed on now, and just supporting them in any way. And he's participated in tribal journeys. So he's been one of the significant people that have started this project, along with many others who are here today, and I really appreciate all of you supporting this project.
As Cindy said, I've been part of the Sheehy-Culhane community for about 20 years, and I've done quite a few, worked with Cindy and John quite a bit. And one of the things that I've been a part of and watched is the reconciliation that's been happening, and a lot of it was coming from the Indigenous community. And I've been on 11 tribal canoe journeys, and I've seen how powerful those journeys are to change people's lives in a very short period of time. And this whole project started one day when I was sitting with John and Cindy, and actually started back in 2013 when I met one of the original organizers of the tribal canoe journeys. And I asked him, this was in Hoh River, and I happened to be in his vehicle, and I asked him if ever he seen, when he started the tribal canoe journey, did he see how big it would get and how powerful it would be for bringing back the culture to the young people. And he said, well, we knew it would happen, but we didn't know it would happen so quick. And so that was sort of the seed planted for me to try and understand what it was that I was being given. I've been given a name, which is a very powerful thing. I've been given a lot of knowledge, a lot of teachings from Sheehy-Culhane and other Indigenous communities. So, you know, for me, it was like, what am I going to do with this information and this knowledge? And so out of the conversation with John and Cindy, I thought, well, what better way to change people's lives than through a canoe? And so I asked John and Cindy if this would be a good project to pursue and if it would be a benefit to the Sheehy-Culhane people. I know it will be a benefit to the non-Indigenous. That's a given. I already knew that. But if it wasn't going to benefit the Slavonian people, I didn't want to pursue it. And they said, yes, let's go ahead and do that. So that was last year, and it's been quite the process to get here today. There's been a lot of people that have been involved in this. Most of you are here. There's been the city, regional district, VIU, museum, and those are all institutions. But the people like Julie Jensen and Bert Finnemore and Rand Barfoot and Rob Southcott from the city have all been major players in this, and Ray Bogarts and Paul Nasachuk, Darwin Koch, the guys down at the log sort. There's been a lot of people in a lot of different parts of this community that have been involved to get to this place right now. And the most amazing thing to me out of all of this process is that the Indigenous community has opened the door to us to say, come on in. Get on the canoe, come in, and you can learn about our culture. That to me is an amazing thing. Genocide happened here. And Canadians have done a very good job of turning away from that fact, but it is a fact that that's what happened in this country. And so for the door to be open to us is an absolutely amazing thing to me. And I know that a lot of the people that I've talked to through this project also understand the opportunity that is unique that is being presented to us. And two of the people I want to actually recognize here is Maynard Harry and Stuart Alsgaard, and for the protocol that they signed, I think it was about 14 or 15 years ago now. And that's sort of the foundation I see of the start of the process of the non-Indigenous community starting to understand and connect with the Indigenous community, and through that connect with this land. Because everybody that's not Indigenous here, their ancestors were driven from their lands. Nobody woke up one day and said, you know what, I don't like where I live, I'm heading to Canada. That didn't happen for any of our ancestors. Nobody came to this country from another country willingly. If you look at your own history and learn your own history, that's why we're all here. And so, but we're here. And I'm here. I don't see myself going back to Ireland anytime soon. So how do I live in this land that's not mine? I've been extremely lucky and privileged to have lots of friends in the Indigenous community who have shared how to live on this land. So I'm privileged. And so this opportunity is for everybody else to have the same privilege and the same interaction with the Indigenous community, and they've opened the door to us. And this is going to be the vehicle. And with that, I would ask Higos Clint Williams to take over from me. Thank you.
Ajashwat. The only answer you could have today is E Chenot. Can you say E Chenot? To some people, this just looks like a log, you know. But it's a powerful symbolism. Cedar Tahamai is a very important role, plays a very important role in our community. The cedar boughs that you see around us are used as part of protection. The Tahamai gives us protection power. So you look at this log, this big red cedar log here, and it offers protection. I look at the diversity and the care in your faces around this crowd, and it makes me say, no, it's worth it. That small percentage of negativity out there is not going to stop a project like this. So please give yourself a round of applause. From our post-treaty talks, it always talked about breaking the shackles of the Indian Act, and I think that this is pretty symbolic because these chains are probably stronger than ribbon, and the commitment to this project is very strong as well. So, you know, I look forward to seeing this happen and building an even stronger relationship than we already have.
So we're going to do a little brushing ceremony here. It's to take away the negative that's been out there. We're on a new journey here. When we have to clear that path, we have to do the things in the right way. I don't know what happened with this grandfather. how it was fell and stuff like that. We had many discussions around that, but you know, we had to work with it. You know, it was touched by machinery and every other thing, and it's been rolled. So we need to take that off, because the intention of what this project is about has to be carried right through, right from the start.
Thank you. I'd like to invite the carvers to come up, please. Joe, Sherman, Alvin, Ivan.
And when the first Europeans arrived on our shores, in front of our houses there stood many totem poles. In front of each house there were 3 or 4 totem poles. Now when the Europeans arrived, certainly we were illiterate and could not read any of this stuff. But so was the European when he arrived. He could not read any of these crests that our people were taught by. And those teachings began as soon as our mothers conceived our lives. And it was about the first law and the first teaching, and that's represented by the crest of the sun or the moon. And that is about respect first respecting ourselves. And that teaching went on throughout life.
I found the name, I'll just say canoe in our language, and I asked some elders and they told me, and then I forgot. So I found a white man's talking stick, you know, it's called a cell phone. So I recorded it on there. And it's really hard to remember some words, and some words is really easy to remember. And the word canoe is sakam. And the word for paddle is domot.
Just with everybody. I am Matthew. I'm really looking forward of teaching some kids that don't really know about the culture, and I actually do have some people that come up to me and say, like, why do you guys do this? Why do you guys do that? Why do you sing? And I just tell them that, like, it's really important, because most kids in our community, when we got put in residential school, we lost our language, the culture, and I really step up to the plate for looking after the culture, and I really enjoy to do the culture with everybody, and it just rises me up.
To see the young fella stand up here and speak about how proud he is and singing and learning how to, learning the culture and still learning, I put my hands up to him and the young ones. We've gone a long ways, and I'm still learning too myself. I'm so proud to be part of this, and I thank all the people that were part of this. It takes a lot of people to get to where we're at, and my hands up to them too. Thank you. Thank you. Let's get started.